Good morning. My name is Ashley Hanson, and I run the Little Free Pantries here in Buchanan. Today I'm going to kind of answer the where, what, why, whens, hows of the pantry and answer any of your questions that you might have. I guess the first question is, what is the Little Free Pantries? Well, the Little Free Pantries are located throughout town, and they're essentially little locations, little boxes where you can go and either pick up needed grocery items, healthcare items, or you can drop those things off. It's open 24 hours a day, any day of the week. You don't need to sign up for the program. You can just go to any of the locations and get anything that is in the pantry that you need. Also, like I said, if you have extra things that you don't need anymore or you got extra of, you can also drop those off at any of the pantries. So now your next question is, where are the pantries located? We have three what we call little free pantries, because they are little and they're free, located in the community. The first one that we had is at the Mason's Lodge, and that's at 122 Oak Street. And that's just a cute little house looking pantry that my husband made. And then there's one at Town Hall, and that one was actually started by a Girl Scout troop 152019, and that is a cute little old newspaper dispenser that they decorated yellow. And then there's a third one that's located at the Church of the Nazarene, and that is on Front Street. The location is 704 West Front Street. And that one was made and it is maintained by the Church of the Nazarene and the Buchanan Christian Church. It's a joint mission between the two churches. The next one will be when. The first pantry was developed around November of 2018. It took me a few months, about 6 months, to find a place that was going to be willing for me to actually have the pantry located there. First, I went to a few churches in town. They were a little apprehensive just about the idea of people putting food in, and what if it were spoiled or out of date, and would that be of some liability to them. Once I did more research, I found out that if anyone gives any kind of food or anything in a good faith, that there would be no liability held to any place that actually had the pantry located there. So with that given information, I went back out to the community, and the Masons were glad to have the pantry located there. And like I said, that was about November of 2018, and then the Girl Scouts started the second pantry in the summer of 2019, and around 2021 is when the third pantry was started. And I have absolutely nothing to do with the third pantry. Like I said, that one's completely manned by the two churches. The next question would be who? Well, who helps with the pantry? Well, when the first pantry started, I was the one that was mainly filling it with donations and fundraising efforts that I had done. But now, as the years have gone on, the pantries are more of a community effort where people all over the community will come and fill the pantry. If they go grocery shopping and they see things are on sale, they'll get more things than they need to fill the pantry. At both of the pantries, the one at the Masons and the one at the Town Hall, I have a couple of big hitters that help me out so much that I could not do this project without them. At the Mason Lodge, Lon McGuire helps so much, and at Town Hall, Rachel Plank is an amazing helper. She works at Town Hall, and she's the secretary there, I believe, and Lon McGuire is just a Mason. And so they've both taken it upon themselves to help me keep those two pantries really full. And them, along with the rest of the community helping on their own, is what keeps the pantries full. We've just now started a little bit of a partnership with the senior center, and them also donating food items for the pantry in the months to come. So you might ask yourself, why do we need 3 little free pantries in our community, as we do have such a small community? Well, I worked in the school system, and I really realized that our community has a big food insecurity problem. We have children that sadly go to bed at night without, sufficient food. We do have great organizations like RAM that does provide food for our community, and we're not at all trying to compete with RAM. We're just, an addition to RAM. But there's some people that their jobs don't allow for them to make it to RAM when RAM is open, or for whatever reason they might not just, be able to apply for RAM. So that's where kind of we fill in the cracks. So the beginning was I really did start this because I knew how many children needed something like this, in their lives. But early on, it really became evident that not only are, obviously children going hungry, but that a lot of people in our community needed this. And it really proved that 3 pantries were really needed in our community. Being a community that does have really high taxes, and with inflation going up everywhere, it's really becoming evident too that our elderly population are really, really struggling in our community. So that actually is how we got involved with the senior center when Diana realized, that our elderly population is really, really struggling. So it's basically, it's across the board from children to elderly that really need this added help whenever they can get it, whenever they need it. So the how. So moving forward, like I said, the Senior Center and I will be working together to help with more donations and keeping the pantry full as it's evident that more people need it. But also I run the Buchanan Farmers Market along with Beth Chubb, who is on the board at RAM. And so together we're going to make the Farmers Market a common drop-off for RAM donations as well as the Little Free Pantry. And to kind of make it more of an incentive for people to bring their donations, every time that someone would bring a donation, their name can be entered in for a drawing, where you can win a basket full of market goodies. Whatever our vendors might donate, could be craft items, could be food. Your name will go into a drawing that you could win this basket. So every time you bring a canned good or non-perishable food item to the farmer's market on Saturdays, then your name will go into a drawing and you could win a free basket. All kinds of stuff in there. It really makes sense to have this kind of a thing at the farmer's market because our farmer's market is really dedicated to our community. Every week we have bake sales that help to get fundraising for local organizations, as well as we are really dedicated to our children with child-based learning programs and different play programs for them at our market. I have learned, since compiling my notes, that the local Girl Scout troop that was manning the town hall pantry is no longer a troop, which was kind of evident because we've been having to fill it more over the past few months. But now I've reached out to the other local Girl Scout troops. We have 3 other ones, and they might be able to make it a collective mission that they take back on that second pantry. I know I've kind of said a lot, and sometimes I talk fast. I know this, especially if I get nervous, which I wasn't as nervous until Diana stuck the camera over here. But anyway, I would love to answer any questions, and I don't mind if you ask me any questions that I've already said. So,
did you start this yourself, or is this a nationwide idea?
I got the idea from Facebook, which is social media, and I thought that it would be a great way to help with the food insecurity in our community. So no, this idea was not one that I came up with on my own, no ma'am.
But you did put the incentive in.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did organize it, and she did a lot of research, she did a lot of contacting with people, find out what's needed.
Yes, ma'am. All the actual aspects of it coming to our community was 100% on me. The idea was not mine, though.
Yeah. But thank you for doing that. I want to make sure you get credit for that.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Do people put things there, or do people put it in a central location and you distribute it?
That's a wonderful question. You can directly take the items to the pantry and drop them off at any of the 3 pantries, the one at the church, the one at the town hall, or the Mason's Lodge. There's also other drop-off locations. You can take your stuff, if you have more stuff than will fit into the pantry itself, you can take your stuff directly into the town hall, and Rachel Plank will gladly take your stuff and put it in her little backup cupboard that she has there. Also, City Hall has a drop-off space as well. I am hoping to have a drop-off space at the senior center,
Okay, we can work with that.
a drop-off box at the senior center, and also working on having one at the Legion. And then I would be the one that picks up those items and then distributes them to the pantries. Did you have a question?
Yes, I did, thank you. Two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been in the position where I'm homeless and things like that, and one of the things I found that I didn't have a way to get the food items to where I was at the time. I didn't know way I needed to transport them.
Right.
So, you couldn't go every day, because on days like this, I just wondered if there was something set up that way.
For transportation?
Right.
I don't know, but Dial-A-Ride, I feel like would make a stop anywhere you would ask. This might be something we could talk to.
That takes money.
Okay. Brittany, are there any city programs that allow for transportation for people that may need it? This is
I
Brittany
just-
Wall from the city.
Yeah, hi there. I do know just Dial-A-Ride on Wednesdays goes to Harding's. Maybe we can connect with them and see if we can get that, where we can visit the little pantries and even try to lock in Thursdays or something. But yeah, that is something that we can try.
And I
to
do have a contact name for you for the Dial-A-Ride.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
And the other one was, do you have to sit down with those addresses are?
I will write it down for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for all you do.
It's honestly my pleasure. I really enjoy doing all that I do.
Do you have plans to open up any other locations besides, I know Farmers Market is gonna come in and then here, but do you have like another box that around town that you vision that would be beneficial?
No, like I said, I was thinking about the Legion, and that has a lot to do with the fact that Lon McGuire's a member of the Legion, and I feel like that just makes sense. No, but honestly, I'm open to any place that would be willing to have a drop box.
And even thinking just like the Red Bud City Center, it's kind of just in case people make it down there during the week and want to put something and can't make it on Saturday. Maybe we can try to add that one too.
Maybe. Does anyone else have any questions? Rebecca?
So you said about this drawing at the farmer's market for a free basket. Is that, do you give a basket weight each week, or is it once a month kind of thing?
Okay, so let me be 100% honest. Right when I leave here, Beth and I have a meeting, and we're going to completely discuss that. But we're thinking it's probably going to be something that's done a couple of times. It might just be one time. It's really going to depend on how much kind of feedback and we get from our vendors and how much they'd like to donate. So at the moment, to be determined.
Okay.
What items do you see going? Like if somebody wanted to donate, like what do you,
The
what would
best
be the
things to
best?
donate that you can donate any time of the year is canned goods, because even though, like right now it's really, really cold, canned goods are usually so salty that you don't really have to worry so much about, any kind of a problem with them. Box goods, rice, beans, these kinds of things. Complete box meals are really good too, hamburger helpers. A really, really good one is macaroni and cheese. And I don't mean macaroni and cheese that you gotta add milk and butter to, but I mean just like a macaroni and cheese that comes with the cheese already. A child could practically live off of that. And there's no other product that's needed for that. It's a box and everything they need is in there except for a pot of boiling water. We have lots of local farms that will deliver things like eggs. Like I said, Rachel Plank, she is very good about bringing her own eggs from her chickens. Obviously, right now is not a good time to leave the eggs. But I would say canned goods and box goods, prepared like box meals, those would be the best things. We also will accept any kind of healthcare products, pet food, baby food.
So I wasn't here at the very start. I suppose you told where these were. But my question is this, are these inside of businesses, or is this a freestanding something or other?
freestanding outside of the building that you can get to anytime, day or night, 24 hours.
Okay, so what prevents things from freezing and bursting?
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying is like, right now, you wouldn't want to go put bottled water in there. But now if I put, cans of tomato soup in there, they're not going to freeze because there's so much salt in there that, and these things, honestly, I want to tell you, I can go to the pantries every other day and the stuff I put in there one day is not in there 36 hours later.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Just one little thing to our Diana. Thank you for identifying our need.
You keep saying town hall.
Township Hall,
Which township?
Buchanan Township, I apologize, yes, ma'am. These are all located in Buchanan Township and Buchanan City.
It's on Main Street.
Yes, ma'am. Down right by the fire station. Yep. The exact location is 15235 Main Street.
So if somebody wanted to do a cash donation, how do they go about that?
To be honest, I typically don't take cash donations.
Okay.
I did take one from you guys because
We did
sometimes you don't want to say no.
Yeah, us work people, instead of buying each other Christmas gifts, we took that money and we donated it to the
Which was
pantry.
very, very needed at that moment. It was the perfect timing, and that's just how the world tends to work. It was perfect timing, and I find that a lot of times, the world really does just kind of like open up things. Like this summer, there's a lot of exciting things that's going to be happening in our city, and I get my vocabulary word of the year is synergy, because there's so much synergy that's about to happen in our community. And if you don't know what that word is, let me tell you. It's when it's basically when a bunch of different people or organizations start working together and really making things happen. Because I am a true believer that what makes Buchanan a wonderful place to live is all of our volunteers. And we have so many organizations in our community, and it is literally the world is lining them all up this summer to do some amazing things together. So I'm really excited about that.
Will you make sure you share those things with me so I can put them in the newsletter?
I will.
Okay, I typically would need probably like 2 months and ahead. So
You're funny if you think I plan things 2 months in ahead. That's not how I work.
But anything, just let me know if you share something. I can make sure I share it on Facebook or make
Okay,
a post.
it's actually very, very fortunate that Beth and I are getting together in February to talk about all the plans that I have, because usually that's like, I don't know.
I understand. When it happens,
Right, but I will definitely try to keep you.
Yeah, keep me in the loop.
Right, yeah, well,
Okay.
it's gonna definitely take more pre-planning this year than normal, because like I said, I am gonna be pulling from a bunch of different places and organizations, so I will be having to work on their time frame. So I will logistically have to be on the ball sooner than normal. So.
Okay. Okay.
It's that thing. I have good qualities and bad qualities.
You're doing awesome.
Does anyone else have any more questions?
In the summertime, do you find anything that might tend to melt when you get the hotter temperatures at all, or do people donate cookies? Do you ever get that?
I have not seen that as necessarily a problem. I mean, I've never had anyone bring ice cream though. So no, I've never had that as a problem. Yeah. I mean, like logically, let's think before we put stuff in there. You know, if it's 5 degrees outside, let's not put apple juice in there.
Right.
And Rebecca, I would also love to talk to you when I figure out what's going to happen, what's all going to happen this summer.
It's probably taken so quick that it wouldn't have time to get older. I mean, of course, it's non-perishable, but people would probably take it to where you wouldn't have it there for a long time.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, one thing that I find that I will put in there from now and then that I would say is like the most perishable would be bread. Aunt Millie's does like every Wednesday you can get really, really cheap bread. So if I happen to be there, I will, and that will be gone. You know, the good stuff's gone real quick. So yeah, I've never had a problem with anything staying in there too long and something happening to it, so.
And you have bags at the locations people can use?
Mhm.
Or you did at the Mason one time, right?
It depends. We do have some bags at the one at the town hall. We did have bags at the other one, but that kind of was getting abused, so we took that away. But,
Be prepared to bring your own,
yeah,
for what you can carry.
yeah. Exactly, BYO bag.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Well, I appreciate you all listening to my little spiel about the little free pantries.